Recently, we made a video on how to remove and reinstall your front wheel from your standard Brompton. In the comments section, somebody asked if we could show how to remove and reinstall an electric Brompton front wheel. So that's what we're going to do today. We have our electric Brompton back from its mountain biking episode and having had a nice wash. For this, we will require a 15mm spanner and a 15mm socket on a torque wrench. A couple of people have asked how we know the correct torque for each part. This is because it's detailed in the Brompton data sheets. The data sheets come with the parts, but we also have these on our website. This is the Brompton Electric Front Wheel, which, as you can see, includes the motor. The first part in removing the front wheel is to deflate the tyre. The valve caps are handily designed so that they help you to depress the valve to deflate the tyre. The next step is to remove the nut cap covers. They are quite a snug fit. The next step is to undo the cable that's running from the motor. You can do this by undoing the lock nut. Once this is undone, you can disconnect one half from the other half. Then we're going to unclip the cable from its clip so that we can remove the front wheel. Now, using the 15mm spanner, we're going to undo the wheel nuts. It's a really good idea to keep the nut and washer in the same order that they come off the bicycle so that you can put them back on in the order they need to go on. Now we're going to undo the other side. The tab washers are a bit tight, so to help loosen them, we're going to move the front wheel from side to side. Now the tab washer is a little looser. Next, we're going to remove the front wheel. If it's a little bit stiff, you can move the wheel from side to side to help loosen it. This is the front wheel, and this is the cable. It will only twist round the wheel in a clockwise direction. So, when you reinstall the front wheel, you need to make sure the cable is in the correct orientation to reattach to the other half of the cable, remembering that the axle is keyed and has two flat sides, so will only fit in the fork one way up. The good thing is the cable is attached to the axle, so you can only get it in the correct orientation or 180 degrees upside down. For refitting the front wheel, we find it very difficult to have the bike in the correct upright position, so we're going to turn it upside down. Before reconnecting everything, we want to check that there's no debris in the connectors on both sides. Then we're going to make sure that the cable is in the correct orientation to insert into the front forks, remembering it'll only rotate clockwise. We're then going to slot the wheel in place, keeping the cable to the left of the mudguard stays. We're going to make sure the cable is in the cable clip. Then we're going to put the tab washers in place on the front wheel, remembering which way up they go. The front forks have a cutout here, so this is where the tab on the tab washer fits. The tab washer shouldn't go in any other orientation. On a standard Brompton it goes this way up, but it mustn't go that way up because it will damage the forks. Also, the tab washer is keyed to fit with the axle. Now we're going to do the nut up to 18 Newton meters using a torque wrench. Next, we're going to connect the cable back up. First of all, we're going to align the two white arrows, then connect the cable back up. Then we're going to do it up using this lock nut. We're going to inflate the tyre. Once the tyre is nicely inflated, we'll just check it still moves freely and doesn't get caught on the brake pads or the mudguards. The front wheel on the Electric Brompton should move freely and the motor doesn't create any resistance. Next, we're going to take him for a ride and make sure he's happy. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more of our videos, please subscribe. Have you got any suggestions? Please comment in the comment section. We will require the following tools: a 15mm spanner, Then going to slot the tyre in place. The most hard thing about this is pumping up the front tyre.